What's going on, guys? My name is Wade with Tech Daily, and in this video, we are checking out a couple relatively new cases from LifeProof. Now, for the longest time, LifeProof was known for their free and eventually their nude cases, which were popular mainly because of the fact that they were rugged, waterproof, and dirt-proof cases. But most phones nowadays, the more popular devices like the iPhones, the S8, the Note 8, they're all IP67 water resistant or better, and a $100 waterproof case just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But even though most phones are sort of water resistant, they're still made of basically the most delicate glass on earth, it seems like. So I guess LifeProof decided to aim more towards the idea of tough and rugged drop protection, and that's sort of where these come in. The LifeProof Slam is a $50 case that's designed for all-out drop protection, and it's also the slimmest case LifeProof has ever offered. And the LifeProof Next at $80, while also aimed at protecting the phone from drops, adds one more layer of protection from dirt, dust, snow, and debris. But neither of these cases are explicitly water resistant, and they also don't offer any sort of screen protection. The front glass of the phone is totally open. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what these cases are all about and do some comparisons, because unless you really see them side by side, most people probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them right away. And the price discrepancy here is kind of big between the two. So hopefully this also helps you decide which one is right for you. They're available for the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, iPhone 10, and if you're interested in picking one up or learning more, I'll leave links to everything down below. But let's go ahead and get into it. As far as the unboxing experience and what all comes included, you get the case, of course. This is the black crystal Next case for the iPhone 8 Plus, obviously. You also get a tool that helps you separate the case to install on the phone. The Next is a two-piece design that you take apart and sort of clamp down over the device. And you also get some instructions and warranty info along with a cleaning cloth. With the Slam, it's the exact same thing here. This is the Aloha Sunset for the iPhone 8, basically a teal and pink color combination. And the Slam is also a two-piece case that requires a little plastic tool to pop apart, and you also get the same instructions and things as well. So holding these cases together side by side, it's pretty difficult to tell them apart right off the bat. They're both crystal clear TPU cases that definitely attract a lot of fingerprints, and they're both super rigid and solid. There's not much bend or give in them at all. They both have sort of a rubber edge or lip around them, which is the colored part, although the Next case on the left has sort of an extended and thicker hard plastic edge, while the Slam on the right is all rubber on the edge and lip. The Next case is pretty slim overall and very lightweight, but like I said, it's a very rigid and solid case, and it doesn't feel cheap, which is how LifeProof's free series always sort of felt to me. Now, the Next case, as you can see here, retains that dust and dirt protection by closing off the bottom portion of the case. The speaker and microphone area is covered, and there's a flap over the lightning port. And if I could sum up the entire video in one clip, that's sort of the biggest difference between the cases. The Slam is just a bit thinner than the Next, but it's essentially the same build, the same material, the same feel on the front and back. The sides and edges act sort of like a rubber bumper to protect against drops, but you still have access to everything. And down at the bottom, you can see that the speaker and lightning port are completely open and exposed. So technically, dirt and debris could get up inside your phone. To install these cases on your phone, you use that plastic tool that LifeProof gives you to pop the corners open and pull apart the case. If you've used a free or nude case before, it's the exact same process. It's not that difficult, but I'd say you definitely need the tool because these cases clamp down pretty tight. When you put them on the phone, you just have to make sure you go around all the corners and edges to click everything in place. It takes a little bit of force because there's no space between the case and phone. It's a completely snug fit, but that's definitely a good thing. LifeProof says that the Slam is the slimmest case they've ever offered, and I'd have to agree with that. While you notice it on the phone, it really isn't too bulky or intrusive. You can certainly use the device with one hand still, and the rubber edges add a little bit of grip. And I've always personally been a fan of clear cases, so getting to see the color of your phone is a big plus. The Next case is equally as slim on the device, not too bulky, but it's definitely there, and really the difference you'll notice here mostly is on the edge or the lip of the case. That clear plastic portion comes up a bit higher over the screen edge than on the Slam, but both cases do have that nice lip to keep the front glass of the phone from hitting a flat surface, which is obviously very important. Aside from that little difference on the edges of the case, when they're on the phones, you really can barely see or feel a difference at all. There's They're very similar in their look and feel. They're almost identical in the kind of protection they offer for the devices too, which I'll talk about in just a second. And like I mentioned earlier, the big thing is just the bottom of the Next is closed off to keep debris out of the phone. As far as drop protection goes, while the Slam is more explicitly advertised as being able to protect against hard falls, both cases are certified to keep your phone safe up to 2 meters. And with how stiff and sturdy these cases are, and the amount of corner to corner and edge to edge protection they have, that's something I can definitely believe. The rubber edges on the case tend to get scuffed up a bit over time, and I could potentially see the plastic cracking if you really punted your phone a long way onto solid concrete, but for day-to-day use, these cases would definitely get the job done. So here's the bottom line. At $50 for the Slam, I don't hate it. LifeProof cases have always been pricey, but the Slam is a nice case. You're getting something solid that feels premium, and it's going to protect your phone. There's no doubt about that. For $80, I don't really see where the $30 difference is on the Next. Sure, you get your ports covered, but as far as I can tell, that's really it. It's nothing special beyond that. LifeProof makes it a point to say over and over again it isn't waterproof, and the Slam still clamps tight around the phone, so debris isn't going to get inside the case. I just don't really get the Next, I guess. You're only protecting the speaker and lightning port from debris, which, I don't know, I guess it was never really a big deal in my mind. So with all that being said, skip the Next, stick with the Slam, and save your $30. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these cases down below in the comments. Also, be sure to follow Tech Daily on Twitter and subscribe to the Tech Daily YouTube channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys later.